Nigeria Labour Congress began a strike on Tuesday over economic challenges and the high cost of living. Food and fuel prices have been soaring in Africa's biggest economy, increasing hardship. Inflation is at its highest point in almost 3 decades, spurred by bold but unpopular reforms by President Bola Tinubu in his first year in office. That includes ending a costly fuel subsidy and devaluing the local naira currency twice.
There is suffering in the land. There is suffering for the worker.
NLC President Joe Ajero.
Over 150 million Nigerians are living below poverty line. Poverty, when you say below it, those are the people that can't get something to eat on daily basis.
On Friday, some people were killed and others injured when authorities ran out of food at a distribution centre in Lagos, the Nigeria Customs Service said. In a statement, it said that a crowd had charged through barricades looking for bags of rice. Vicky Essien was among the 5,000 people said to have turned up at the distribution centre.
We just want to pray for Nigeria because this queue is not what Nigerian wait for. It's not for us. Look at people dying. 2 men there fainted, pouring water, women also. It's not what we're supposed to suffer for.
Tinubu has defended his economic reforms, saying they were needed to boost growth and investment. This week, the government approved the immediate resumption of cash transfers to 12 million vulnerable households. However, Labour unions want Tinubu's administration to go further. On Tuesday, the central bank hiked interest rates by 4 percentage points, a move its governor said was needed to arrest inflation. Senegalese mechanic Ousmane Sane says he won't vote for the country's ruling Benno Bokk Yakaar anymore. It's a view that could reflect how an unresolved democratic crisis in the country may have shaken support for President Macky Sall's coalition.
The reason I won't vote for Benno anymore is simply that I trusted them, but not anymore. That trust has been betrayed.
In February, Sall issued a shock decree to delay an election just weeks before it was due to take place. That prompted unrest and dented Senegal's reputation as one of West Africa's more stable countries. It also revived widespread fears that Sall was trying to tweak the constitution to stay in power for longer. He denies this. A court overruled his decree, but too late to keep to the original electoral schedule. Mustafa Gay voted for Sall at the last 2 elections. The writer says there have been material advances since Sall came to power 12 years ago, but that the country has also regressed.
Because for me, these are domestic issues that Senegal should overcome. Elections are domestic issues. In major countries, you never see a developed country talking about elections.
Sall cited concerns over potential election disputes as the reason for the delay. However, many believe he and Benno Bokk Yakaar tried to postpone the vote because they were unsure about their own candidate, Amadou Ba, and wanted time to think. Statistician Mubarak Lowe, an advisor to the Prime Minister, said the recent upheaval does appear to have led to a fall in support. He said that only 60% of those who voted for Sall in the last election are believed to be planning to vote for Benno Bokk Yakaar's candidate this time. But Lowe cautioned against drawing any conclusions on the outcome, saying that the situation at the moment is total confusion. Authorities have still not confirmed a date for the vote. June 2nd has been proposed as a potential date. When the election does come around, however, Sall will find out whether his decision to postpone may have been a costly political miscalculation.
Haiti's government declared a state of emergency on Sunday, following violent clashes, damaged communications and 2 prison breaks. That as a major gang leader seeks to oust Prime Minister Ariel Henry. A curfew was imposed with immediate effect throughout the West Territory for 72 hours. A dramatic escalation in violence in the capital over the weekend saw armed groups break into the country's largest prison. It was unclear how many inmates were on the run. Sources close to the institution said it was likely an overwhelming majority. Built to hold 700 prisoners, it held 3,687 as of February last year, according to rights group RNDDH. When Reuters visited on Sunday, there were no signs of police officers and the main prison doors remained open. Gang leader Jimmy Cherizier, a former police officer, has called for criminal groups to unite and overthrow Henri. He warned locals to keep children from going to school to avoid collateral damages, as violence surged as the Prime Minister sought support abroad. Nearly 15,000 people have been forced to leave their homes in recent days, according to the UN International Organization for Migration. Prime Minister Henri had previously pledged to step down by February. He later said security must first be re-established in order to ensure free and fair elections.